So just yesterday, we were talking about how the internet will humble you in ways that you cannot imagine, especially if you dare to misbehave in very public events. And in this case, the Polish CEO, Piotr Trzeciak, who snatched hat from boy at US Open, finally apologizes. A necessary lesson in humility. What took him so long? I guess it was, the backlash of the internet. Although now he denies that those words were not his. That I made another video, what everybody was saying online. So I guess that he is now afraid of that. Why is he taking that back? I don't understand. But well, he was caught on camera snatching a signed hat off a child at the US Open, and he admitted he made a serious mistake, quote unquote, after viral footage turned him into an international villain. Because this is the kind of stuff that we love about the internet, right? It can connect us in ways that we cannot describe. And yes, we say that we found out about villains that otherwise would go unnoticed, about bullies that would just bully other people without any sort of consequences. And this is the best thing that we can thank the internet for. So the boss of paving stone company Drogbrook said that he believed tennis star Kamil Mashrak, I forgot how to pronounce his last name, was signing the hat for him to give to his sons when he appeared to grab the cap from the little boy. Oh my God, this is not going well. This apology is already derailed. I would like to unequivocally, that bad verb, apologize to the boy who was harmed, his family, as well as all the fans and the player himself. Trzeciak wrote on Instagram, I made a serious mistake. That was not a mistake. That was completely on purpose, man. In the emotions, in the crowd's joy after the victory, I was convinced that the tennis player was handing the cap in my direction for my sons who had earlier asked for autographs, he added. It is a painful but necessary lesson in humility for me. I already made a video in which I analyzed the exchange, and yes, the little boy had the hat on his hand and the guy just snatched the hat from his hand. It's not like, oh, it was a mistake. No, he did it on purpose. So this is the worst apology that I've seen in all this year. Trzeciak, who has been at the center of outrage after the video went viral last week, said he has apologized to the boy and his family for his actions. He also claimed, this is important, he also claimed that neither he nor his family have made any statements regarding the incident prior to Monday, debunking viral posts that have been made in recent days, pretending to be him and mocking the situation. But well, I'm telling you, even if those posts are not yours, and I have another example here, this was the post that we were reading here yesterday, but there's also a post allegedly from his wife. You poor people, you shouldn't really have access to the internet. What's this? I'm not going to read this because apparently, allegedly, this is not from him or his wife. Let's take his word for it. Let's pretend that for a minute that the guy is telling the truth, right? That those were not his words. I guess that he's going to sue whoever wrote those words for him. But then this apology that he's actually given doesn't help in the least. It's even worse. This is the worst thing is the original, action, right? The original behavior. They're being so callous that you just snatch that hat from the kid just like that, and you got what you deserved. You have the opportunity to apologize because that is the beauty about this, this connection. You can at any time go to your Instagram and have a sincere apology. I'm going to tell you something, Piotr. Fire your crisis management people. I don't know if you use an agency. I don't know if you use a consultant. My company, I dedicate myself to crisis management, but Sorry, I am too expensive for you. Well, the fallout led to Shrek countrymen blasting him on a Polish job search site as a sack of garbage. Oh my god. Common thief, primitive scammer, and shameful jerk. But he claims that it was just a mistake during the excitement over his fellow countrymen's win. Oh yeah, it was a mistake. No, man. Own it. This is what we are lacking nowadays. Own the behavior. It was a mistake. No. Yeah, I was a jerk. It's very easy. It's very easy. I was no mistake. I went for it. Now, I'm gonna tell you those words that we read yesterday. Those were way more sincere, because at least they looked honest. Yes, I did it, and I would do it again. Okay, there's at least honesty in there. If he apologized, okay, I take that back. I am a jerk. I shouldn't have done it. At least we would have some kind of, it's like people who are, I don't know how to say this, redeeming for real. But no, he's saying that he never said these words. He's saying that, oh, it was a mistake. He's making this worse. I am just the messenger. I am not slandering him and saying, I'm just saying what is going to happen. This is going to be worse. That's why I'm telling you, telling Piotr Shrek, fire your crisis management people, because they're doing a lousy job at it. Therefore, I will engage even more actively in initiatives supporting children and youth, as well as in actions against violence and hate, he added. I believe that only through deeds can I rebuild the lost trust. Once again, I apologize to everyone I have let down. No, that was a big show for everyone. For the show, you got 10 out of 10. Thanks for the show, man. The tennis player who had just won his match against Russian nymph seed Karen Khachanov when the incident occurred told the Post about the weekend that the whole situation was a result of some kind of confusion. I think that I forgot how to Myshak. I think Myshak is the way to pronounce his last name. I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce Polish last names. I think it's Myshak or Myshak. Who I think he is a true gentleman, because he focused on what was important to make it up for the kid. And once he makes it up for the kid, that's all that is needed. You want to put good into the world. Maybe you don't want to put more negativity. You don't want to get into trouble. No, I don't. There are, as I said that yesterday, there are jerks everywhere. There are scumbags everywhere. There are bullies everywhere. And sadly, you cannot catch them all like they're Pokemon or something like that. But at least you can make things right for the people who deserve that. I think that he focused on that. I think that I applaud Myshak's attitude with it. The tennis star pointed out that Shrek sponsors his tennis federation in Poland. Oh. Adding that the hectic celebration over his win likely caused the now viral snafu. There's always a conflict of interest somewhere. There's always follow the money. There's always something, but at least, well, the masks have dropped. We know who's who in here. But I think the guy, the tennis player, did the right thing. I was pointed giving the hat, but I had a lot going on after my match, after being super tired and super excited for the win. I just missed it, Myshak said. I had like a dead look, if you know what I mean. I'm sure the guy was also acting in a moment of heat, in a moment of emotions, he added. Myshak was able to meet up with the boy on Saturday to apologize and give him a new signed hat and other gifts, with the child grinning from ear to ear. So we had a nice conclusion, but maybe not so nice for this guy who himself got into this trouble, and he has no one to blame but himself. And this is the kind of stuff that we need to realize, which is what if there are no cameras watching? Is that justified? Does that justify some kind of, I don't know, illegal or immoral or immoral behavior. No, I think it doesn't. It shouldn't work that way. We know that the world can be relentless. People can be relentless. Maybe not the world. I'm being too vague with those words. Maybe people can be relentless. And sometimes I've been on the other end of that bullying, like a lot. And sometimes you think that there's no hope, and you grow really bitter because of that. I grew up to be really bitter because I never pushed back. It happened to me a lot of times since I have memory, since I was in kindergarten. I have every single memory of being bullied that you can imagine. And yeah, people grow bitter because of that. Maybe this guy was also bullied as a child, and this is the way that he chose to have as mechanism to, let's say vent those experiences. Not the best way. There are many other ways. And by the way, now that we are talking about this, I want to mention it's a bit odd that a grown-ass man is fighting for some kind of, I don't know, relic or souvenir from another man. That is beta male energy. I could say other words about this, but that is not very manly, especially if you are snatching the souvenir from someone who is really powerless compared to you. But I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. Much love and bliss.